Knowledge from God. Simplifying Scriptures.
Genesis chapter 4.
Outside the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve began a new chapter of life. In time, they had two sons. The first was Cain, who worked the soil as a farmer. His younger brother, Abel, became a shepherd, caring for flocks across the open fields. Though they shared the same parents, the choices they would make would shape history forever. When the time came to worship the Lord, each brother brought an offering. Cain presented produce from the ground he cultivated, while Abel offered the firstborn of his flock and the finest portions. Both came before God, but only one offering reflected wholehearted faith and devotion. The Lord accepted Abel and his offering, but he did not look with favor on Cain's sacrifice. Anger filled Cain's heart, and disappointment showed on his face. Yet before anything happened, God lovingly warned him that sin was waiting at his door, ready to master him if he did not overcome it. Instead of listening to God's warning, Cain allowed bitterness to grow. Jealousy consumed his thoughts until anger overcame reason. The battle was no longer between two brothers, it had become a battle within Cain's own heart. Cain invited Abel into the open field. There, away from everyone else, jealousy turned into violence. Cain attacked his own brother and killed him, committing the first murder recorded in Scripture. Sin, once welcomed, had produced its devastating result. The Lord asked Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" Rather than confessing, Cain answered with defiance, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But nothing is hidden from God, who already knew what had taken place. God declared that Abel's blood cried out from the ground. Because of his crime, Cain would no longer find success from the land he once farmed. Instead, he would become a restless wanderer, carrying the weight of his actions wherever he went. Cain feared that others would kill him in revenge. Even after such a terrible sin, God showed mercy. He placed a protective mark upon Cain so that no one would take his life. Justice and mercy stood side by side. Cain settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. There he built a city, and his descendants became builders, musicians, craftsmen, and workers of metal. Human civilization continued to grow, but so did violence and pride. Generations later, Cain's descendant Lamech boasted of killing a man and glorified revenge. What began with one act of jealousy had spread through humanity, revealing how deeply sin could influence the human heart. After Abel's death, God gave Adam and Eve another son named Seth. Eve recognized him as God's provision in place of Abel. Through Seth's family, a faithful line would continue, preserving hope for future generations. As Seth's descendants multiplied, something remarkable happened. People began to call upon the name of the Lord. Even in a world scarred by sin and violence, faith endured, and God's plan of redemption continued to unfold through those who sought Him.
Knowledge from God. Simplifying Scriptures.
Please subscribe, like, and share.